Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to twitch.tv/St. Cloud State Huskies. I am once again your host, Tony Ernie, and I am still joined by my good friend Mango. We took a little break and now we are back.
Right. Back for our second match of the night. We got your favorites, St. Cloud State University versus University of Whitewater.
Wisconsin
Wisconsin Whitewater.
Whitewater, the Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks. Say that 10 times fast.
I don't think I'd be able to.
So the Warhawks came into the postseason with a record of 5-1. Granted, now this is actually a different. This is Wisconsin Whitewater White. They were in the other Heartland Conference. The one in St. Cloud's Conference was the Gray Warhawk team or Whitewater team. So a different roster. So technically, St. Cloud State's never even seen them.
Right. So this is a fresh game, right?
Yes.
Never seen before, team versus team, right? We're looking for some great Rocket League. Hopefully, the team had a stable break from our match against Western Kentucky a little bit earlier. If you missed that, you can go watch it after you're done watching us here. But anyway, looking to bounce back from an unfortunate loss taken earlier. Now, I'm excited to see what the team has done to kind of like stable up and seeing what they could have done better.
Yes, and with it being a different conference this year, Captain Cat has played alongside Straight and Power in the NACE conference, while Spooks has played in the NECC games with Straight and Power. So a bit of a different trio here, but still, I think, just as deadly.
Right, absolutely. Right, we're seeing a little bit of a different matchup than we've seen. Right, hopefully we'll get some more of the chemistry. Right, then hopefully losing such a crucial role and player in Captain Cat. Right, we saw earlier that he was able to put so many shots on goal and defend just as many. So Spooks has some big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill. The winner. This one will play North Dakota State Gold. They took down the Morningside Mustangs in the other semifinal here in the Heartland Conference, 4-2. And the Mustangs were the lone team to beat this Wisconsin Whitewater team. So we'll have to see how this turns out here as we're just waiting for a couple more players to join into the lobby.
Right.
St. Cloud State so far this year in NECC play, 7-0. They had a forfeit win against North Dakota State University Gold. They took down Wayne State Gold. Southwest Minnesota State, done and dusted. University of Jamestown, see you later. Rivals up at University of North Dakota, not a problem. Broomed them away. And then the forfeit loss to UW Whitewater Gray. I'm just going to call them, I think I'm just going to call them UW throughout the stream, just for my sake. It's a lot easier to say. Unless, Mango, unless you have a pun or something you can slide in there, you have the reins.
I mean, I'm not gonna try to say Whitewater too many times because, of course, Whitewater White. That's a lot of W's in one sentence.
And we are locked and loaded for game number 1 of match number 2. Another best of 7 on tap. St. Cloud State once again in the blue, and the Warhawks from Wisconsin Whitewater in the orange.
Right. I like how we're already seeing a lot more pressure come out from the side of St. Cloud, right? We're seeing all 3 players get up and get active. Spook's going to clear this one away real quick. But, like, getting everyone forward and involved in the play is one of the best things that you can get on offense. Power looking to carry this over all the members of Whitewater.
Mr. Goose, I'll refer to him as Goose. Straight trying to tap that one down. That's a pinch from Small and Ricky. Off the backboard, got to defend that. Small gonna bury. And at this level of Rocket League, Mango, you have to, and I mean have to, defend the backboard.
Right, absolutely. You can't give any opponents any time to 1-2 it to themselves off that backwater, then drop it down either in the goal or for a teammate to clean up.
Good 50 there from Straight Power, looking to carry this one over to the side. Going to be met by 2 Warhawks.
Right. I think definitely we're going to see the better boost utilization coming out from St. Cloud. Earlier in the game, earlier in the stream, they were really limited in how much boost they had from Western Kentucky. Now, being able to hold on to their boost and utilize it better rather than just constantly being on defense should have a really positive impact on the mentality and every attempt that they have towards goal.
And we see both teams, again, just kind of feeling each other out, testing the waters. Don't need to dive in head first right away. Don't want to expose yourself too much early in the series. Straight shot on. Sent away by Goose. Power. Good a wall read. Small right there. Oh my god, he owned goals. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's so unfortunate. Oh, man.
I mean, Power's utilization of the pre-flip to be able to beat the member of Whitewater to that ball is really what led to that goal. His utilization and mechanic of speed flipping while still in the air was flawless.
But if a blunder from UW. I like the bounce back. Huskies side up here. A lot of what I'm seeing, the difference between Whitewater and Western Kentucky that we've seen it just about an hour ago now, is Whitewater is really a lot more spaced out. No, man, the Goose is loose from way up high. And for St. Cloud, they're going to let a softball in here. A player sitting on each post, and I think that one just came down to communication. Both players thought the other one was going to go for it. And then neither of them went for it.
Right, exactly. And going back to what you said earlier about how this team is looking a lot more spaced out is definitely going to play into the fact that, like, spacing out allows for better passing, and you're not cluttering the space, right? You're not getting in that stoplight formation of, like, 1, 2, and 3 on top of each other. You're really spacing out and letting your teammates know, okay, I'm first man, I'm going to go for this ball. As an unfortunate double commit is going to come out, and just Goose is not going to be able to tap that one in. Straight clearing it away for the side of St. Cloud.
He's trying to work this one for it. It's a good bounce for Small. Gonna just dribble that one through. Looking for help. Goose is there. Gets a deflection. Ricky can't battle that one through. Straight doesn't get the clear he wants. Too much height on it. Looking for a little bit more distance.
Right. St. Cloud is definitely utilizing this time to collect their boost and recuperate before once again being forced to play defense. As Spook's going to clear this one back up to the other field. Looking at the side of Whitewater, they're a little low on boost right now. Looks like that St. Cloud is doing a lot better job of utilizing and stealing the boost.
And for St. Cloud, I'd like to see them carry the ball up the field a little bit more. They're given space by the Warhawks. Take it, utilize it, use it to your advantage. Straight, that was a little bit cheeky. Again, St. Cloud holding on to the pressure here. Not getting a shot on net, just kind of trying to wear down Whitewater. Not going to come to fruition. The quick pass to Ricky. He finds his first of the series.
I think that definitely St. Cloud needs to focus on not rotating on the ball side of the field, looking to rotate to that back post to give themselves a better chance at defending each of these shots. Than a lot of the goals that have came out from the side of Whitewater have been mainly off the back wall and back to another player of their team or back to themselves.
So game one, trail by 2 with a minute left, doable. But if the trend continues, St. Cloud State, they can put the shots on, but again, Mango, they don't have the teeth on them.
Right, absolutely. All their shots that they're putting on are kind of lackluster and lack some foundation.
There we go.
As Power is going to slam this one past the defender from Whitewater, making this a 1-goal game.
And if there's a player the Huskies need to step up and get hot, it's Power. Led the team this year in goals and shooting percentage. He's a mechanical monster if he can really get in the zone and warm up in a series.
I mean,
But when he's not that striker, I know he'll lock down on defense a little bit and give his teammates space to thrive. But sometimes I think he just needs to take over.
Yeah, absolutely. With someone like that who's so consistently putting the ball in the back of the net, you really need them dialed on offense, especially with their captain missing. It's just not really the best abilities to have the ball in the back of the net.
Final 10 seconds, gonna wind down. And for the Warhawks, they're gonna play keep away power, not a lot of boost to work with. And Spooks is just gonna not have the distance on it. The Warhawks take game number 1. But for St. Cloud State, there were some upsides.
Right, absolutely. We saw Power stepping up, knocking down 2 goals for St. Cloud State, whereas University of Wisconsin Whitewater is going to have 1 for each member of the team, all 3 getting involved. And that's maybe what St. Cloud needs to do, where they need to get all 3 people involved on the offense, where they're going to have that ability to pass in and out and rotate, not like cluttering the play almost.
I think what St. Cloud State is going to have to do is they're going to have to take a page out of Western Kentucky's book. Look for your teammates. Instead of just trying to put a shot on net, toss it over your teammate and let them shoot the ball. Get some movement on it. Make the Whitewater defense move a little bit. Don't let them stand there and make an easy save.
Right, absolutely. You're going to want your opponents to have to work for each shot that you're putting on net. If you have no boost, it's best if you can try to pass it to a teammate that might have that boost. But they also need to realize that someone needs to jump for the ball while it's also in the air. Someone needs to be pressuring at all time. You can't give your opponents, especially at this level of Rocket League, you can't give your opponents that much time because they're gonna make you pay for it.
So we will move our way to game number 2. St. Cloud State, Whitewater, both teams looked all right, but the better bounces did go in favor of Wisco.
Right. Now, St. Cloud already in their opponent's half, looking to control this ball as Whitewater's going to look to close it back to the other side.
Straight, not a lot of funds to work with. Just get some bit of nuisance touches, as I'll call them. Not really threatening. That's a good call off from Power. Again, good look from St. Cloud. Just unable to finish.
Yeah, definitely one thing that St. Cloud needs to realize is that their opponents are very capable, especially with this spread out formation that you mentioned earlier, Ernest, is that they need to really realize that they have a lot of available passing lanes that they could work through with the spaced out formation that Whitewater has.
We see the Huskies get a little something going. Spooks. Delane, oh man, he almost had that on target. Just didn't have the protractor taped to his monitor, as he may have liked. Doesn't matter, he'll slot this one dead center.
Right, Spooks coming in place of Captain, saying, look, I know I'm not him, but I'm going to do my part, do my time. I'm going to work hard just for you guys, putting this as he's going to put St. Cloud 1 up in this game.
Just what the doctor ordered. Putting St. Cloud up early. It's nice to start off on the right foot, start ahead, and not have to start from behind and chase the whole game. As your mentality changes a little bit in that sense, Mango, where you don't have to worry about, we already start a goal down, and then you have to play chase. You don't, if you're behind, you can't control, and you're just kind of stuck to what the other team gives you.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree with you. And St. Cloud has to remember, like, the biggest thing is that they cannot get complacent. They need to keep hammering balls and shots at the net. Just like this, Power going to put one on target, blocked away by Ricky.
Really?
And I mean, the biggest thing that they could do right now is just keep the pressure on, because eventually they're going to crack and they're going to let another goal in.
Straight, good centering touch. 3-man pass across the field. Spooks looking for a ceiling pinch. Just couldn't finagle his car. how he wanted to.
Right.
So
Look,
far,
St. Cloud
nothing.
getting stuck in this. They're getting stuck in this corner where they need to be able to build out, right? Find those passes from one person to another to really utilize that middle of the field, because it almost looks like Whitewater is giving them a lot of space, right? They're going to be able to utilize that a lot better if they could look to find each other on those passes.
Yeah, Whitewater, they do an all right job getting to the face of St. Cloud, but they've left the back door wide open. Small 110% effort. Used all the boost in the tank that he had to get back down to keep this game within reach. But right now, St. Cloud, they're managing. We don't see them overextending, but they're not necessarily trying to push. And Ricky's going to get one to go through here.
Yeah, it looks like that two members
just tosses
of St.
one on net.
Right, yeah, it looks like two members of St. Cloud were kind of caught in the same position, where I think that really barrels down to the communication aspect that you mentioned so heavily earlier. They need to really communicate and be like, I'm here, and someone else needs to be like, oh, okay, I'll get out, I'll go back post.
Good recognition from Ricky. Small putting one on straight, gonna shut him down at the goal line. Goose backwards, but oftentimes, Mango, that backwards flip on the Octane, it just hits the ball so nicely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's one of the best hitboxes in the game by far. Octane and Fennec, both heavily utilized, especially in the pro scene, both of them.
Oh,
really
straight. Gorgeous. A little bit of a fake. Goose, he's backwards. He was all tied up.
Right. He was not ready for that one. Straight beautiful recognition to realize that his opponent was in fact awkward and taking advantage of it to its fullest potential and putting that one in the back of the net.
And maybe like if you're just kind of in what we call flow state, where you're just going through it, not really thinking about what you're doing, Straight maybe bites first and Goose gets that save.
Right.
But having the wherewithal to know, okay, if I just hesitate a little bit and go around him, he's not making that save.
Right, and that all just barrels down to, like you said, recognition and awareness.
So, final 30 seconds, Huskies. A little bit desynced on their breakout. These big rainbow clears helping them out, wasting a bit more time off the clock. Trying to stack the pads, top shelf not there. Ricky will clean up, tie ball game. 16 seconds left. And the Warhawks close back in just when you maybe have thought this game was gone.
Right. I mean, absolutely. We're going to look to hopefully one team can close it out in regulation here. It looks like we might be going to OT. A straight pinches it up to the ceiling, then instantly jumps back up.
Hold on. Good looker for the Huskies. They want to end this here and now. Still alive. Thought that ball hit the ground before one. Not on the grass just yet. Those of you new to Rocket League, when the clock hits 0, the game does not end until the ball touches the floor, and then it's sudden death. We can be here for 20 seconds, 20 minutes, and anything longer until there is a victor. We play on.
I mean, I really like this first man aspect coming out from this side of St. Cloud, right? They have one person, and it's normally Power in this situation, where he's providing most of the pressure that St. Cloud has been applying, leaving his teammates in a position to where he could create some disturbances and maybe, look for a bump.
There's a chance for Spooks.
Spooks is going to tap this in, closing out game 2. That feeler game is over. He said, we are here to play. We're going to tie this series back up. Let's get it going.
Just what St. Cloud needed. And before the play, Power was floating in the box, waiting for that ball to bounce off the backboard to get a touch. dangerous play, but he had to get that read. He did, and his teammates are rewarded. We asked for all of St. Cloud State to help out in the scoring. They do so here.
Right. I mean, we really saw like Spooks and Straight step up in the scoring roles, whereas Power was kind of the conductor and orchestrator, kind of creating all these opportunities, playing that first man, and really giving Whitewater so much pressure that they might have gotten overwhelmed. And then a great capitalization from Spooks on the mishap that Whitewater had of one teammate running into another.
And you'd be shocked how many times there are team bumps. There is so much space out there, but sometimes you and your teammate both want that same piece of real estate. Huskies able to bounce back here, tied the series 1-1, something they were unable to do early tonight, and I'm sure they're feeling a heck of a lot better about this series.
Right. I mean, absolutely. It's definitely a momentum shift. They got almost
Yes.
like the break point to where now it's a tied game and they're going into this next game almost as a clean slate. But they also
Yes.
have the momentum, the wind at their backs. They're going to be digging into Whitewater, putting their heels down and really pushing forward with all they got.
Early on here, it's always interesting to see, Mango, the kickoff strategies teams will start off with. Start a game. Goose, great shot, better save from Straight. As teams will have different ideologies on how they want to do their kickoffs. Do they want to get that first touch and control it? Or would they rather see if they can lose it, get possession, and go from there?
Right. I mean, absolutely. I know the most common kickoff is you have the person going for the ball, a person cheating up, and then whoever is left over is going behind the person going for kickoff to get that boost.
Spooks, top shelf, top cheese. How do you like it? Once again, Huskies strike first. Little bit of a soft feed from Straight, leaving it in a good scoring spot, and Spooks just got enough underneath that ball to put it where the defenders could not get it.
I mean, absolutely. Like we said, we're going to see one person go for ball, one cheat up, one go for boost. And that's typically what you're going to see going from these kickoffs. Now, bouncing back to that last play, I think Straight did a fantastic job really utilizing and knowing where his team was to lead to a beautiful pass coming out. And, I mean, it was just perfectly executed from Spooks to put that one in the top corner.
Power trying to go upper 90, not there. Spooks can't clean up. But the Huskies lie in wait for the Warhawks to give them the ball. Power caught cheating a little bit, was able to get back in time. Goose looking this center, that's on target.
Right, in this
but
situation,
just too telegraphed.
Yeah, in this situation, like especially when St. Cloud are scrambling back to defense, really comes out that point that I talked about earlier with getting your pad routes back to net. It really can make your transitions a lot cleaner, and you'll still have a lot more boost than if you take your time going.
Oh my God! Power from the heavens smites it down to earth. Gorgeous.
I mean, that's just classy, honestly. That's just class.
Like I talked about it earlier. Power is a mechanical monster. He just needs to heat up a little bit. Let him cook. It's another.
I mean, now that Power is warmed up, beautiful bump coming out from Straight, leaving the two scrambling defenders from the side of Whitewater in the dust, putting that one into the back of the net. 3-0 lead with 3 minutes to play. I mean, Ernie, if that's me, I'm in a comfortable position.
Yes, to me, and whether it be hockey or Rocket League, whenever a team goes up by 3, that team is comfortable, and it's so hard to come back. Almost to say the third goal is the most important goal in a game.
Right. It really almost closes the door, like, we're not going to let you guys have a single chance at coming back at this.
But I've seen crazier things happen.
Right. I mean, absolutely. I've had situations where we come back from like 4 down with like 2 minutes to play.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible. So the team
it's
really
never over.
Right. The team really needs to really lock in and just keep putting those shots on net, and also remember the fundamentals of just rotating back when needed.
We asked St. Cloud State to just convert more of their shots in the previous series. Right now, they're doing so. They're shooting 3 for 7. So they're doing something right. Straight a little bit slow to that one. But nevertheless, St. Cloud's still pouring it on as the field almost feels tilted towards the Whitewater net.
Right. I mean, beautiful pressure coming out from St. Cloud, right? They're really utilizing that space straight, getting a demo on
Another
that back
demo from
post.
Straight. Oh, finish it. That's beautiful. That's Straight's 3rd or 4th demo this game. And he finally gets rewarded. What a pass from Power. And Straight's just chilling on the goal line. Because why not?
I mean, you demo that defender that's back post, opens up the entire goal.
Yep.
The first and second man are then completely out of position, and they can't really do anything but hope.
In the box now for the Warhawks, unable to put a comfortable shot on. Little double commit from St. Cloud. They're going to have to button hook back. Zmol. Ricky puts one on. Man, he took no time. As he didn't need a lot of time, a lot of space to get this one through.
Right. I mean, they really utilized and recognized that Power was kind of, unfortunately, not in the correct spot or didn't have any momentum on him. He was kind of caught dead right underneath that top right corner, and really just kind of took advantage of that whole situation.
Oh, it could be another one there. Spook's able to shut it down. After 4 unanswered, Whitewater get a little bit of momentum back, a little bit of wind in their sail. As we said, it's not over till it's over. That 4-goal lead is now just 2. And a 2-goal lead is essentially nothing to me, Mango.
Right. I mean, with a minute to play, anything's possible. I've had people miss kickoff, and then that's a kickoff goal in a couple seconds, and then suddenly it's a 1-goal game. But I think St. Cloud really is gonna lock down here. I think they've realized, like, oh, we need to tighten it up and play some more defense.
And it's so common when you play Rocket League. You can go up by 4, and your brain, you kind of just shut your brain off a little bit. You're just going through the motion. It's not thinking about what you're doing. Then all of a sudden you're in a situation like this. You're only up by 2, and the other team is breathing down your neck. Final 30. Spooks gets a solid 50. Straight's gonna fan on it. Ricky doesn't have any boost. Spooks has to be careful. The demo's there. Power gets back in time. Oh, that could have been disaster for the Huskies.
Right. I mean, Power really stepping up on this defense, whereas he's not really playing too much offense besides knocking down 2 goals. I mean, it's going to be absolutely huge. The Huskies here are going to take this game 3, putting them 2-1 up in the series.
And maybe just a little sigh of relief for St. Cloud State as they now lead the series 2-1. That's 2 games straight. 5 saves from Spooks. Really putting in the defensive work, and I think that kind of plays out. You had Spooks on the back end, you had Straight causing chaos, and Power was pouring the shots on. Worked out real well. We'll see if they can continue it.
Right. I mean, absolutely. It was really great to see. We're seeing a lot more of the passing coming out. We saw a beautiful connection between, I believe, Straight and Spooks to start off this game with a top shelfer. I mean, it's really crazy to see how much passing can influence a game of Rocket League.
Mm-hmm. Where instead of just having solo play after solo play, the defense know what to expect. But when you start throwing team plays in there, they got to account for all 3 players when they're in the offensive end, because you don't know where the shots are going to come from.
Right, exactly. Especially if you can knock down a couple passes, perhaps off the back wall, maybe even a back pass to your 3rd man in the middle. It's going to waste a lot of Whitewater's boost, where they really might not be able to maintain the pressure on defense or the correct positioning.
So we roll into game number 4. St. Cloud State up 2-1 in this series. Right now, the Warhawks happy to just hold on to possession. Haven't put a shot on net. Not the greatest clear. It's going to get through. Ricky's going to get back to this one, I would think. Okay. Small from off screen. Had me worried for a moment. And again, St. Cloud loved to play downhill at the start of the game.
Right, absolutely. It looks like that Whitewater on defense they scramble a lot. So maybe that's something that St. Cloud might be able to take advantage of, as an unfortunate miss coming out from St. Cloud is going to make Goose put one in the back of the net.
And I think Power got spooked, not knowing Straight was right next to him. And Huskies will concede the first goal here. And if you're a fan of the Warhawks, it's just what you wanted. Try to get back into this series. Demo off screen. It's Straight once again, as he's really been the bulldozer for this trio in this series.
Right.
And the phrase often is in sports, Mango, know your role. And right now, Straight realizes it's his job to cause chaos and take some players off the field.
Right, absolutely. And that's definitely what he's doing so well. I mean, we saw it in the last game, him knocking down some demos, resulted in 2 goals, I believe. One where he was able to just tap it in because he cleared everyone off the goal line.
Power off the ceiling, gets that to work. Ricky doesn't go for the doink. Spooks in the corner, just gonna kind of wait. As when you're kind of up against the back ball in that low corner, Mango, you don't have a lot of shooting options. And your only real chance to try to force it through the other player's car, but that doesn't really happen oh so often. Woo.
Right, absolutely. In that situation, you kind of have to barrel through everybody or really, really look for those passes that we talked about. But yet again, it barrels down to if your team doesn't know you're there because you don't communicate it, there's no chance that you're probably going to get that ball.
Power had a big chance at a clear, but Goose was there. Spooks goes low. Oh my God, Power. Just lurking in the shadows, why don't ya? Credit to Zmol, he had this thing red. Faked high, went low, but Power read Zmol, who read Spooks. Huskies tie. Probably not how they drew it up, but we'll take it.
Right, whatever works to get the goal. Beautiful play coming out from both members, and Straight's going to pop this one over. Power going to be demoed, leaving Whitewater with possession of the ball. As one gets past Straight, Power's going to shut that down quickly.
Spooks off the sidewall, crossfield pass over the Goose. Wasn't ready. Power trying to locate that one. Huskies like work in the corner here. Been a bit of a cycle going. Devin trying to use the space. A little bit. 2 minutes to go. Tied 1 apiece. Pair of uncooked spaghetti noodles on the board, Mango. What does St. Cloud State have to do to break through here?
Well, Ernie, in all reality, I think what they really got to do is knock down some more passes and really utilize the middle of the field, because right now it's just kind of like a come and go type of give and go really situation between both teams, where we're seeing like they're almost playing kickball rather than Rocket League. I mean, they're giving each other the ball back and forth, but no one's really connecting on any passes. And I think if one team wants to take a lead, and we want that to be Cloud State, we want them to connect in the midfield, and we want to see these passes come through. It'll open up a lot, man, as Ricky is going to knock that one down, taking the lead for Whitewater.
And for St. Cloud State, you have to defend the backboard. That's 2 touches off the backboard that St. Cloud wasn't there for, and it was only a matter of time at that point. Credit to Ricky. Great placement on that shot. Now St. Cloud State, you're down by 1. About a minute and change left here.
And I think if they want to bring it back, they really got to start connecting. And really utilize and communicate where each other are on the field and how they can do that. As Straight takes
Is
a
that
long
gonna
shot
work?
off the back wall, Power barely misses.
Oh my
Ooh.
god!
This game is a nail biter. Straight's gonna sneak this one in just barely off the post.
And for there, it just feels like when the ball's half in the net, it's like time stops. It just slows down to a near halt. And I was for sure a Whitewater defender was just gonna swoop in. But tied once more. We've seen overtime once in this series already. Potentially might get another one here. A little bit awkward up top. Small, not a lot of boost.
Right. I mean, right now, St. Cloud is in a very nice position. I was flip reset coming out from Power. Straight gonna tap this one in. Power, great utilization and recognition to get this one over Mr. Goose just off the back wall. Straight gonna tap it in for their combined third goal of the game.
So for those that don't realize what Power just did, he went upside down, got all 4 wheels to touch the ball, essentially making the game think he's touched the ground and he'll get a flip back. He then used that flip to get another touch on the ball, past the defender, and gave Straight an open net to work with. It is extremely difficult to pull off, and the Whitewater prayers answered with a buzzer beater.
Right. In the last seconds of the game, Small just putting this one in the top shelf, right? Looks like the St. Cloud maybe got a little too complacent, didn't challenge the ball when they should have, and now it looks like we might be back to overtime.
And a late goal like that for Whitewater is going to give you all the momentum in the world.
Right, absolutely. Now they're going to head into this overtime really kind of on top of the game. As Spooks could get an open net. Oh, it's going to drop in.
It's Spooks. It's not Halloween, but it's still spooky here on the pitch. Huskies take another overtime. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mango. They now lead the series 3-1.
Oh, absolutely. You're 100% right, Ernie. And this is beautiful Rocket League coming out from St. Cloud. The defensive rotations that we talked about so heavily are really being pieced together, as well as the passes, right? Every single one of St. Cloud's goals have been assisted, which is beautiful to see. Huge, right? Your words exactly. It comes out to really every goal being assisted really allows for better shots and better connections. We saw Power really showing out for this game, right? He got 2 assists, leading tap-ins for both of his teammates, as well as putting a goal on the board himself. Not to mention Straight playing that more defense-orientated, right? Really knocking down 2 goals for himself while still defending just as many.
And for St. Cloud State, they put on 12 shots in a single game. Their record for shots in the game was 18, which was against Stockton Premier earlier this season. So for St. Cloud State, they're able to pour it on. But now it's time for them to close out a series, which is almost just as difficult as just winning that first one, Mango.
Right, absolutely. That first game is really a feeler game, but it also sets the momentum for both teams. And if you could knock down that first game, that's great. But yet again, St. Cloud lost that first game and didn't let it get to them at all. They were not bothered in the slightest, whereas now they are leading the series 3-1, pulling off if this was a best-of-5 or reverse sweep, whereas they could be putting this game 5, away quickly.
Here in Game 5, I expect Whitewater to be I expect them to be just a little bit more aggressive because they know their backs are against the wall. They have to go all out and score. Because as throughout this series, they've been outscored by St. Cloud.
Right.
Oh no, they get crossed up. The wires cross, straightens them out. Puts it in the back of the net himself. But he is triangled by all 3 Warhawks and still scores.
Right. And to analyze what just happened right there, it really led down to one of the members from Whitewater rotating ball side and confusing his teammates, probably with not a proper communication and not proper rotation. It really led, as Spook's going to knock another one in. This is a great start from St. Cloud.
Keep them coming. The good boys are cooking with gas.
Right.
And they're not stopping anytime soon.
No, hopefully not. Back to what I was saying, though. Those ball side rotations really not only, like, get you in the way, but you're also confusing your teammates, especially if you're not communicating, oh, I'm going left or right, you're just in the way.
Goose throws one on. Was a good look. Warhawks not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure. Team's only lost 1 game all season. We'll see how it'll turn out this time around. Ricky can't stretch out. Has Goose to bail him out on the back line. Has to be a bit careful, but once again, St. Cloud State knocking on the door. A triple commit. Whitewater is shaking in their boots.
Right. I mean, St. Cloud doing a fantastic job really keeping this pressure up. They are not letting Whitewater really have any breathing room. We see that the members of Whitewater do not have a lot of boost, whereas St. Cloud really have full tanks almost.
Just under 3 minutes. St. Cloud State dominant so far, outshooting 6-1 over the Warhawks. They lead 2-0, right where they want to be, trying to put this series to bed. A
really
demo might help, but again, the shots from Whitewater, they're just high and wide right now.
Right, and we're seeing a great recognition from Spooks, right? You talked about it earlier where a lot of the goals coming out from the side of Whitewater have been involving the backboard. So as he's rotating in off that third man back, or first man back to third man, he's like, hey, does this have a possibility of going up off that back wall that has been so dangerous to us in the past?
Oh, it's a great chance. Ricky gets the player, not the ball. Doesn't get any credit for a goal, as much as he may have liked. Clock still winds down, and then this is going to effectively become a 4-on-3 with the clock on the side of St. Cloud.
Right, I really like St. Cloud's positioning here. They are doing a fantastic job of having one man go, one man supporting, and then one also getting out of the play, not cluttering, as the demo is going to come on to Spooks, giving Whitewater a little bit more time as Ricky's going to look to put this one on the net, stopped by Power.
Wow! Small, what a save. Had to pull out all the stops on that one. And the thing I like that I'm seeing from St. Cloud is they're just playing keep away. They're not necessarily trying to push the envelope and score, but they're getting touches, hitting the ball away from Whitewater, which is essentially just as good.
Right, absolutely. And I think it all barrows down to pressure. And St. Cloud's pressure right now is far better than Whitewater's is, because Whitewater's on the back ropes, whereas St. Cloud's comfortably rotating in and out, getting in the play, out of the play, having boosts that they can play with, where they're not really in an uncomfortable situation.
Power, another boom downfield, looking for Spooks. Nothing doing there. Final 30. Spooks looking to put on another. Bit of a slow roller, not going to get through. Goose, not the touch he wanted. Ricky going to go to the corner. Net's not there, pal. Bounce shot, savable. Final 10 begin to roll down, and St. Cloud State have watered down the Warhawks. They'll take this series 4-1 and move to the conference finals.
I mean, it's really crucial from St. Cloud. You'll see this was a beautiful bounce back from the game earlier against Western Kentucky, an unfortunate loss, but this is fantastic from St. Cloud. They really utilized everything that we talked about earlier, where They were rotating in, rotating out, connecting more on the passes, really utilizing the middle of the field.
And we've asked them all evening long, passing plays, passing plays, passing plays. They answered finally, and man, did they find all the success in the world.
Right. I mean, you're 100% right. Everything that could have gone right did go right. The pressure was great. Spooks did a fantastic job checking in for Captain Cat, right? Power and Straight also really doing their jobs and doing a fantastic job.
So, Mango, two series of Rocket League tonight. We split them 1-1. We move on to another conference final, a chance to win it here against North Dakota State University. I believe this is going to be the North Dakota State Gold, and they took down the Morningside University Mustangs 4-2 earlier, or I guess last week, we'll say. So it'll be this Friday, the 8th, right here. St. Cloud State Huskies will battle the North Dakota State University Bison for the Heartland Conference Championship. Mango, before I toss it here, any final words?
Just a pleasure to be out here. Thank you guys for having me. It's been fun.
For myself, Turney Ernie, for Jess behind the streams, behind the stream, making sure we're all running properly here. Thank you for everyone tuning in. It's been a blast calling these games this season. And we'll see you Friday. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening. Stay warm, stay safe. And we'll see you next time.